Hello and welcome everyone. It is Thursday, April 18th, 2019. Yesterday was New Comic Book Day, best day of the week. Had another great day of books come out yesterday. Man, there's so much good stuff coming out. Great time to be collecting, so we'll get into that quickly. I'll talk about that and some other books that tie in and stuff coming down the road, all that kind of stuff. Thank you to all my subscribers. Really appreciate taking the time to watch my videos, send me comments, tips, ask questions. It's all great. Thank you so much. And one of my subs asked me if, hey, you're not giving away any Avengers spoilers, are you? No, just so you're all aware, I won't be giving away any. I don't give away movie spoilers. I'll talk comics all day on here, but I don't talk about movies and what's coming down the road, other than, you know, potentially what comics may tie into movies and be good ones to buy, that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to be giving away any spoilers for the movies, so have at her next week, and I hope you're able to stay away from all the spoilers online and stuff if you are heading to the movie opening night, because boy, that looks to be a good movie. We'll get into some stuff. Usually I do a shout out for Comic Shop this week, but I want to talk about this. A few of you, I put this on my video and on Instagram a few weeks, well, I can't remember how long ago it was now. It was a while ago anyways, a month or so ago. And it's the Black Cape exclusive Virgin variant of the Rejected Unwilling #1, which comes out shortly here. And there was only 100 of these printed. Esteban Salinas was the artist on this one, and it is an awesome cover, man. I hope you got one of these, because if you've checked the price on eBay, they're getting stupid high. Boy, you're lucky you got one of those when you did. But the reason I'm bringing this up is the artist. I talked to him a while back and asked if I could get some, like, the original artwork for the cover, and he says, well, I do a lot of it digitally, but I do, or he does do 11 by 17 prints. They're all numbered and signed for these for his artwork. And just so you're aware, he is going to be putting up this Friday, so tomorrow, there's going to be 100 first edition prints of this. They'll be numbered and signed, and then that's it. There will not be any other second prints or other prints coming down. So if you didn't get the book, or even if you did get the book, I'm getting one. I already taught him and said, hey man, I want one of those. So I've paid for one already. But if you want to get one, you need to get in touch with him and let him know you want one, because like I say, there's only 100 of them that are coming, and boy, those are going to go really fast. And that's an 11 by 17. It's on a really nice, from what he was saying, it's a high gloss quality paper, numbered and signed, and they're $40 US each, plus shipping and handling and taxes and whatever. I don't know, you'd figure that out with him. But get in touch with him. You can get in touch with him at deviant_apple. That's on Instagram, or on his website, deviantappleinc.com. I've showed these before. They're on the screen now, and they'll also be down in the comments below. So if you want one, I would suggest pausing the video and getting in touch with them, because they're going to go fast. Those are really cool. I mean, that is, oh man, that is just so cool. And you know, it's like, you know, any of the big name artists, that's what they do. They do their original painting, and then they'll put out so many numbered printings of their artwork, and there's usually like 250 or 500. This one's only 100, so man. And I know he's already allotted a couple for Black Cape Comics, because they're the ones that commission the artwork for their comic, and he's got some for himself. So I mean, there's really probably only about 90 copies available for sale. So boy, if you want that, get on it, because that's going to go fast. So we'll get into books this week, and like I say, kind of mixed in here is going to be some stuff. Well, anyways, we'll get into it, just comic news and everything else. So I'll do my independents first. From Image, I got Gideon Falls #12. I'm really enjoying that series. It's been really good right from the beginning. It's kind of that dark. I really like those kind of dark stories, and that one's really good. I got Little Bird #2. I have not read that one yet, and I see that I got a big crease in my cover, which is really not awesome, but anyways. And the other one I have not read yet. I've read most of my Marvel and DC stuff, but my independents I haven't yet. But Rise #2, gorgeous cover, man. I love the artwork with Don Aguilo's artwork. It's just amazing. I haven't even flipped through that yet. I'm just really hoping the art bubbles and stuff are not as crazy in this one. So anyways, that's my independents. From DC, I only picked up 3, but boy, there's some good ones. I got Aquaman #47. And this is kind of the final battle with Nama, the Dragon God. I'm going to show some images in here. And then right at the end, it's kind of cool. I'm not sure I'm not a huge Aquaman fan, so I got to look into this. I'm not sure who this character, I don't know if it's just like Lord of the Sea, or I thought he was Lord of the Sea, but anyways, hands him as Poseidon. And the cool thing is he gets these, he's got like, now he's marked with these, I don't know if you can see that, but he's got like these tattoos, these gods from the island, they marked him with these tattoos. So I don't know if going forward that's going to be a permanent thing, that now he's got all these tattoos and stuff, because I know Jason Momoa's got tattoos all over. Maybe that's, I don't know, who knows. Anyways, it's, I'm liking the, I'm going to keep going with it, because the new writing team they've got for Aquaman is pretty good, and the story, I really like the story. It's actually pretty good. So next one was Legion of Doom 22. Man, this is a really good issue. Again, it's Justice League, but it's I said Legion of Doom, but every few issues they do this Legion of Doom cover. So you've got Perpetua. You can kind of see her image in the cover, and I wasn't sure. Like, we've been getting these glimpses of her. Like, this is her first full appearance in her true form in this book. So this is a really good one to get. Not only that, it's her origin, and so you learn kind of all about her and her kids and everything. So I'm going to show some images in here. She looks badass. She looks creepy as heck too. So you got the Monitor, Anti-Monitor, and the World Forger, and this is right when she created them, and she created the multiverse, and she's explaining everything. So I mean, you're getting a whole breakdown of how what her vision was and how she created everything, and you also learn why she was trapped in here, imprisoned, I should say. So, but I mean, there's just some wicked art in this. Art in this is so good, and then of course, right on the last page, you get a really cool image of her, and it's kind of inferred that Lex Luthor is somehow, because it says, and she would show her children the way, she would save them all. So is she implying that Lex Luthor is somehow one of her children? I don't know, so we'll have to see. But they've been kind of hinting that Lex Luthor has got a bigger role to play and everything, so that's really interesting. Maybe that's where his super intelligence comes from, is from her. I don't know. We'll find out. But that was a really good article. And my boy, this was definitely my pick of the week this week. Naomi #4. I really hope you got a copy of this. And it's funny, I was talking to my shop, and he part of the reason these are such low print runs is, you know, obviously comic shops have to order their books months in advance. And this was a title that didn't really excite any of the shops, from what from talking to him and a lot of the other shops. They just, they thought, oh, it's another Wonder Comics title, whatever. And they ordered a few copies, and they didn't think it was going to do anything. And because they had to order so far out, that it took a few issues before it really started taking off. And by then, all the orders have been placed. So the print run is really low. So these first prints are really good to get. And they're doing a whole bunch of, I think they're going to be doing a 4th printing of #1, I just read. And that's going to be the final printing. So there won't be any, after that 4th print, there won't be any more. So this is definitely one you want to get. But I'm going to show some images in here too. So if you don't want to know what happens, turn away or turn it off. But you learn kind of the history of her dad, or the guy who's she calls dad anyways. And then right at the end of the book, you learn how there's this basically this invading force comes in, and one of them is carrying a baby, and they get into this firefight. And hang on, I got to find the image. So here they are. They come flying in, and you notice they got the half moon crescent, and you notice the white and dark brown hair on this female here. And so they get into this battle, and I really think this is Leon from Action Comics, which I'll get into in a second. You got the half moon, and you got the white with the brown hair. And then you get, like say, you get the firefight and the girl with the white. I think that's you can kind of see the hair there. There's like the white streak in the hair. She drops the baby. Dad catches the baby. That kind of ends the battle. And then basically from there on, he raises her as his own. But the interesting thing is when he unwraps her, you see the half moon on her shirt. And this box, they've checked, like he's had the box looked at by Tony, or not by Tony Stark, but by other people and stuff. And then she touches it, and because I guess it was with her, she somehow activates it, and you get this symbol coming up, and you can see it in her eyes. And that symbol is the symbol for the White Lantern Corps. You can see that in her eyes there. And you get the half moon kind of in the top of the White Lantern Corps. That Darkest Night #7, that is a really good issue to get, because that is your first appearance of the Life Entity and the White Lantern Corps and all that stuff. That's a really good issue. There's an image of that one on the screen. So that came out, I think Key Collector had that a few days ago on his app or whatever. But anyways, but yeah, that so there's a real tie, in my opinion. I've said it a few times way back when this book came out, when Action Comics, I've been saying for quite a while that there's definitely a tie between Superman, Leon, and everything else. But I want you to look, so you've got her now, you've got her with the white streak in her hair and the half moon necklace, and she's got Robinson Good, who's that reporter, trying, sitting with her and stuff. So I don't know what's going on, but there's definitely a tie between her, Leon, and Naomi. I don't know if Naomi is her daughter or her granddaughter or what the deal is, but there's some, or she was just in charge of looking after her. And what really intrigues me, I mentioned this too, I don't know why the car that was on the cover of Action Comics #1 from way back in the day, why all of a sudden that is showing up. That really intrigues me. I don't know why, but there's definitely a tie between Naomi, Leon, Superman, the car, Robinson Good, who's Red Cloud. Boy, I mean, it is just, I love what Bendis is doing with this. He's injected some life into Superman. Because to be honest, I kind of felt Superman was getting a little stale, and I think that's why they're doing this, because you know what, you need to bring some new characters in life, and I love this Naomi character. It's a really good character. Jamal Campbell is doing the artwork. He's doing some great art, man. The art is really good. He's from Canada too, so kudos to him. Canada kicks ass. What can I say? Anyways, that's it from DC. So those are some really good ones you're going to want to get if you haven't got them. But especially that Naomi Action Comics 1006. Like I say, that's your basically your first appearance of that Leon, and her chatting with Robinson Good there. And like I say, I'm almost positive there's a tie. We'll find out whether I'm right or not. I don't know. From Marvel, I got Major X #2. Rob Liefeld, not only can he not draw feet, but he can't draw lips either. Do you ever notice it? Always like he can't. Always looks like somebody's taking a shit when they're when he draws them. And it's funny. One of my subscribers said they sent him a picture of a book that he did, and they congratulated him, and he blocked them. So what a douchebag. Anyways, in here I'm just going to show a quick image of the first page, because you got a first appearance of this guy, the Essential and McCoy. So you got two new characters showing up, and it is a full appearance because they're throughout the whole book. So whether or not they go anywhere, I don't know. But as you know, I'm all about first appearances and paying cover price and not stupid eBay prices that people like to charge. So I definitely grabbed that one. Whether I'm going to keep going with it, I don't know. We'll see. Got Guardians of the Galaxy #4. I thought it was okay, but it's not the typical Kate's excitement to the stories that I would expect. But I'll keep going with it for a little while. I picked up Daredevil #4. I'm really liking this Daredevil series, and Punisher's in this one. And I got to show you an image right at the back, because it's funny, because Daredevil and Punisher get into it, and Daredevil picks up these guns and starts showing Punisher how good he is with the guns, and if he really wanted to use guns, he could, outshoot pretty much anybody. And right at the end, the very last page, you got this image of Daredevil with Punisher's shirt on. Man, that looks wicked. So I don't know if Daredevil's going down a darker road or what's happening, but because the line there is time to go to work, so we'll have to see. I don't know if he's going to get a little darker or what the deal is, but I really like that. I'm liking this Daredevil series so far. It's been pretty good. So that's that one. War of the Realms #2 is out. that wasn't bad. There is a death in here. I'm not going to tell you. It's not what I would consider a major death, but there is. The story is a typical, the storyline's pretty good. Punisher War of the Realms, I got the tie-in. It's basically Punisher shooting everybody that moves. One of the ones I was one of my picks this week was War of the Realms War Scrolls. You got 2 covers for that one, A and B. This one has some really good stuff in it, which I'm going to cover off here. Just give me 1 second. Oops, I just hit the camera. There's a few interesting things. So you do get your first appearance of Daredevil as the God Without Fear. He's not actually called that in the book, but he's got the... you can see him standing there with the sword, and he basically chops this guy's hand off, and he kind of shows off his abilities with with his powers and stuff, and you can see his eyes glowing down here, and he's able to, with his new powers, look at things and really see their weak links and everything. It's really cool. They explain all his new powers and stuff, and then he's able to open up the Rainbow Bridge and everything. So he's definitely become kind of the new Heimdall with his all-seeing powers and everything. And then there's a couple really interesting things that happen in here. You got a couple of these side stories. The first one, right after the main one, is you've got these characters, and there's just one. This story was okay, and it's just funny. In this one part in the story, you see Howard the Duck laying in a dumpster with a porn mag. I thought for a second that was the erotic cover of Faithless, but no, it's Nightcat or something. But it was just kind of funny. Anyways, then you get the Warriors 4 have arrived. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that. But the really cool thing, other than the God Without Fear, which I thought was really cool, there's this one story right at the back. So you got this young girl. You see her here with this brown shirt on. She's with their friends, and all the attacks going on. So they're running and trying to get back to their family and everything. And all of a sudden, Wolverine comes in. And then you get this scene where she picks up a rock, and, it's all behind her, gets all kind of manga looking. Whacks the big ogre right in the head, knocks him down. Wolverine's like, "Oh, great job, everybody! Great job, nice throw. Don't be scared, whatever." She goes back to her family. So you got this whole story about her, and then the mom says, "Jae-un, what have I told you about looking for trouble? I don't know what I'd do if anything happened, but Mom." And then she points to the Avengers. So one of my subscribers, and I gotta give him a shout out. Just give me 2 seconds, because Justin, damn it, who the heck was it? Justin and Bandit sent me a message. He's like, "Jim, I think that's kind of an Easter egg, and that girl's gonna, like, why would they name her and have a whole story about her?" And I think he's right. Like, I think this character here, this young girl, is going to end up being one of those new Asian characters that gets introduced down the road. Whether it's I know in the what the heck's it called? There's an Atlas Avengers or something coming in the next few weeks. I'll cover that off when I get to it. But anyways, I don't know what's going to happen with her, but she's definitely got a role to play, because they're not going to name her and show her all that way through, because at some point she's going to become a new character. So I kind of think that's a pivotal character that's going to be showing up there. So hang on to that issue. If you don't have that one, I'd recommend getting it, because like I say, it's your first God of Fear and that new character who I think is going to be something down the road. So anyways, then you end up with a Howard the Duck story at the end, which was, I thought it was going to be a little bit more exciting than it was. But anyways, that was that. I also got War of the Realms, Thor number 12, which ties into War of the Realms. And it was kind of a Dickens story, Christmas story, or Christmas, what the heck's that called? Anyways, where you get the future, present, and past ghosts come and visit him and everything, and he sees what he's done and everything else. It was pretty good. You get Loki the Necrogod show up in there, but that's not his first appearance. He's been around for quite a while. Another really good one this week was Avengers No Road Home, and there's a couple things that happen in here that are fairly important. And as usual, they're fighting Nyx, and they win, and yay Avengers, because they always win. But right at the end, you learn that the Challenger has been freed of his shackles, and he's not imprisoned anymore. So that's very cool, because he, in my mind, is a key character. Avengers 679. I don't have it I didn't dig it out of my box. I'll put an image of the the comic on the screen. I think that is a comic that is, people are just not cluing into that. That is a big comic in my opinion. He's going to be a big character going forward anyways, and he's free, so who knows what's going to happen to him. And another big thing is you got Hercules on the last page. He's got this whole new look and outfit and everything else. So I don't know if going forward there's rumors that he may be something to do with the Eternals. I don't know, but it's kind of interesting. They totally changed his look. So that's I was reading one of the writers. I can't remember who it was. If it was Jim Zub or Al Ewing. They said it's going to be interesting how they end the run of this. It's going to have some big role to play going forward. So that's pretty cool. Last one I got from Marvel was Tony Stark, Iron Man, and I only grabbed this one for the armor in this. I mentioned the solicitation kind of said it looked like there was some new armor coming. I think the one, it's got this Godbuster armor that shows up. Now, whether or not that is a permanent armor or it's just because he's kind of like he's in this. I don't know what it's like he's in this electronic kind of, I had to be honest, I haven't been reading the whole thing. I don't know where the hell he is, but I don't think it's reality. But anyways, it's just a cool looking armor, the Godbuster armor. I really like the look of that. And it's on, several pages, so it's not like just one little image of it. It looks pretty cool. But anyways, and I want to talk about a couple books I didn't pick up. One of them is Spider-Man Life Story number 2, the 70s one. Because one of my subscribers, Pops Foster, hey Pops, how you doing? He got in touch with me today and said, hey, do you know anything about a Black Goblin? Is there a Black Goblin character? And I'm like, well, I don't think so. Like, I've never heard of a Black Goblin. And I'm going to put an image on the screen. So there is a black, Norman Osborn turns into a Black Goblin in that issue. So I don't know if that's like a very early rendition of the Goblin before he became the Green Goblin or what the deal is, but it's really cool looking. And it's on several pages in the book, so it's not like it's just one little blip of him. But I called my shop and I got them to put one of those aside for me because there's a chance, you never know, that could pop up again down the road. So I'm definitely grabbing that one. I got a couple of books in the background here I want to talk about real quick. I always forget to talk about them. So I got Incredible Hulk 145 on the left, and the reason for that is it's not really a spec book, but I just, as a collector, I think it's really cool. It's Project Greenskin. It's the first base they created to deal with the Hulk. So I'm going to put an image. I'm not going to open it up, but there's an image on the screen. And this is back in the 70s when they were doing all, big, on the back of comics you could buy all those plastic soldiers and ships and planes, and military was a big thing back then. But they had this whole diagram of the base, this underground base, and the tanks and the planes and everything. So that's in there. That's the first appearance of Project Greenskin. And then on the right you got 198, which the base is changed. Then it was changed to Hulkbuster base. And then it became Gamma Base in 198. So 198 is basically the first appearance of Gamma Base. So that's really cool. That's why I have those on the screen. And then I talked about Esteban Salinas earlier on with that Rejected cover, that really nice cover. And just so you're aware, he's doing, for Black Cape Comics, that Rejected, by the way, was his very first cover art, comic art he's had published, so that's a really good one to get. He's got another cover, which you can see on the screen. It's for Stranger Things number 1. That comes out May 29th, and right now you can pre-order it from Black Cape Comics. It's exclusive to them. It's $20. And nice thing with Black Cape there, boy, I've only ordered, the first time I ordered from them was for that Rejected. I just found it. One of my subscribers let me know, and I'm like, man, I got to get that. All their books come in Mylar bags, and they ship them in those Gemini comic mailers. So when you order from them, you're getting some really good service. So that's one that's available from them if you're interested. There's only 1,500 of those. So once they're gone, they're gone. I'm definitely getting one. And another exclusive, man, I put this on my Instagram, and you'll see an image on the screen now. It's Immortal Hulk number 17. As you all know, I swear up and down, I have for quite a while, that Betty Ross is going to turn into the Immortal Red She-Hulk. And sure enough, you get a cover from Comics Exposure exclusive with the red She-Hulk on the cover. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that she is going to be coming for sure as a comic, but or as a red She-Hulk, but it's a very good chance. And Al Ewing has been hinting at a Bi-Beast. So, and I've said it once before in one of my videos, I'm thinking that what's going to happen is during the day, she can transform into Harpy, and at night she can transform into the red She-Hulk. That's kind of my line of thinking. Whether or not I don't know if that's right or not, but that's where I'm thinking. But anyways, the Immortal Hulk number 17, that exclusive from Comic Exposure, is available. A lot of people have commented that they have ordered, never got their books and whatever. All I can say is I've ordered from them a few times, and every time the books have showed up in really good shape. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to order from them, go ahead. If you don't want to order from them, don't order from them. That's all I can say. Don't write to me and tell me they're a terrible company, because like I said, I haven't had any bad experiences with them. But if you have, don't order from them. That's all I can say. Teen Titans 32, really nice Lobo variant cover. That's coming. That's an Alex Garner cover. That's July 17th. That looks really cool. And just like John Wick, I showed those in my last video. Boy, those are good comics too. Blade Runner 2019 from Titan Comics is coming out July 17th. There's 4 covers for it. There's images on the screen while I'm talking here. And the cool thing, just like John Wick, is these comics will be canon for the movies. So I'm guessing they're going to probably make another Blade Runner movie, and some of the stuff that happens in these comics will show up in the movie. So that is really cool. I love Blade Runner, and I'm definitely going to be picking that up. So Batman Curse of the White Knight, Sean Gordon Murphy. Batman White Knight was really good, and man, that was a good series. I hope you were able to get the first prints of that whole run. I know I did. The new series comes out July 24th of this year. It's called Curse of the White Knight, and there's 2 covers. The nice thing I like about Sean Gordon Murphy, he only does 2 covers. There's a cover A and a cover B, and that's it. There's not like 20,000 covers for it. And he says that too. You know, I've listened to some of his interviews and read some of his stuff. He likes just doing 2 covers, because that way people don't have to chase down 1,000 covers. So kudos to him for that. I like his artwork is good, and he does the art and the writing. So he's got kind of control of the story, which is really good. So that looks really good. Batman Last Night on Earth. I've showed number 1, but I just really like this Capullo cover. It's really creepy with Bane, and then that creature kind of hanging off his back. It just looks really cool. That comes out July 31st. I really like that one. And the all those Walmart comics, I mean, I don't even get those in Canada for whatever reason. But anyways, that's beside here and there. But DC is going to publish, so a couple of the original stories from the books will be coming out. So Batman Universe number 1 comes out July 10th. That'll have the original stories from Batman 3 and 4. Superman Up in the Sky number 1 comes out July 3rd. That'll be issues 3 and 4 for that. And then Wonder Woman Come Back to Me number 1 is July 17th. And again, that's 3 and 4. So I don't know. I mean, I've got some of the people I know in the States were able to send me a few of the issues. I'll probably, if they even the shop brings them in, I'm sure they will. I'll probably grab those. They look pretty good. Aquaman number 50. I like to say I've been really liking this writing team, and I really like Black Manta, and he's on the cover, both the A and the B cover, and I like the B cover. It looks really cool, kind of a close-up of Black Manta. I really like that. Green Lantern number 50 is a title I haven't been buying. I bought a few, and here and there, but it looks like there's a new sidekick, and who is it is the question. So does that mean there's a new character, or is it just an older character that's now become a new sidekick? So we'll have to look into that. We'll see. Justice League 27. This one looks interesting because Perpetua, as you know, in this issue 22, she makes her first full appearance, and at the end it kind of looks like Lex Luthor is almost, it infers that he's her son somehow, or related. Anyways, but he makes in the solicitation, it says Lex Luthor made an offer throughout the universe, and it looks like the offer has been accepted, but by who? So I don't know. But then on the cover of 28, there's a blacked out image of a character, and the solicitation says the Apex Predator. So it looks like there's a new villain showing up that Lex Luthor has kind of summoned somehow. So, man, yeah, stick with Justice League if you're not buying it. Like, those few issues coming up look like really good ones. So that is it, folks. So much stuff coming out, and man, I hope you got Naomi, because a lot of people were saying that shops weren't, you know, they were holding back copies, not selling them, jacking up prices. So I hope you got it for cover price. Didn't get, you got the books you wanted this week. I was able to get the one copy of Naomi, so I'm going to try and track down some more if I can, but boy, they're hard to find. Anyways, and like I say, I really think she's going to be tying into Action Comics, especially that Action Comics 1006. I talked about that one a few months ago, and I really think that one's going to pay off down the road. So anyways, take care, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye for now.